as rejecting old notes. We see bemoans racism. Adedibo's mansion loses shine. Followers relieve Ibadan strongman's Amala politics. I will create employment if elected senator. Ex-Oyo SSG. And Nigeria Trio gets new coach after Saints sack Jones. Defilement. Probe begins as father dies fighting suspect. And still on the Punch, Kano LP governorship candidate defects to APC. Naira crisis, governors fear recession. 4 more states join legal battle. Hoodlums destroy tithe box. Set Ondo church property ablaze. Traders count losses as fire guts Anambra shops. Lagos shot school over pupil's death. Father alleges cover-up. Tinubu not marrying second wife, PCC, and CBN lacks solution to Naira crisis. NECA, 2 more stories, and we move to another paper. Still on the Punch, PDP LP members' defection signals Tinubu's victory. Lukman. And finally, father of OAU student who died in Sokoway wants daughter immortalized. And that's it from the Punch this morning.
From the Premium Times, updated story here, Naira scarcity. Nigerian governors tackle CBN, accuse it of currency confiscation. Also, Tinubu backs cashless policy, suggests ways for CBN to ease cash crunch. PT state of the race, campaigns for unique Nigerian presidential election enter home stretch. Nigerian government promotes 1,822 senior civil servants. Also, Lawan supporters stone Governor Buni at APC rally. And lastly, from the Premium Times, Enugu residents reject old Naira notes despite Supreme Court injunction.
And we move to the Vanguard newspaper. Fuel Naira scarcity. Ogun begins distribution of 400,000 food items to vulnerable residents. Nigeria requires a leader with capacity to tackle challenges. Kwakwanso. Still on the Vanguard, NCDC warns youths against disruption of electoral process. Abuja pastor brings AK-47 to altar. Lagos government shuts Chrisland school over witness death. And Remy, enough for me. Tinubu dispels rumors of new wife. Again, PDP accuses Tinubu APC of plotting to derail democracy. Fire guts post office destroys shops, goods in Onitsha. Can denies receiving 2 billion naira from Peter Obi, Labour Party. Petrol shortage, 80 million litres of fuel arrive discharge in Lagos. And coup scare, Atiku urges security agencies to invite Fani Kayode for questioning. And finally on the Vanguard, this one here says Governor Buni escapes thug attack at APC rally. We go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be back with the analysis. Stay tuned.
32 FM 94.9.
Kids Twisco to support their big dreams.
Twisco, power your dream.
Showmax and Jara Air, it's given. You can get 2 months for the price of 1. Oh, whoa, it's given. It's given Real Housewife and Flossom Marathon with that bling bling and shakara.
Money is never in short supply.
It's given Big Brother Titanships, passports, and binge watching vibes. It's given what's supposed to be given and overdose. Oh yeah, subscribe now to get 2 months from 1,200 naira for a limited time only on Showmax. It's given Showmax. Sign up at showmax.com.
lọ́dún yìí ó wá gba ògo tuntun tọ́sẹ̀ méjìlá ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló nílò láti yin olúwa lórí ilẹ̀ no more war challenge ìbàdàn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o ọlọ́run ló pa aláṣẹ fún bàbá àdúrà AK-47 láti ṣílẹ̀kùn ọdún tuntun pẹ̀lú kọ́kọ́rọ́ agbára tó wà nínú èyí. tọ́sẹ̀ méjìlá la fi máa ṣe é. ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti January 12 títí wọnú oṣù kẹta March 30 ọdún yìí. láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù ní gbogbo Thursdays méjèèjìlá lórí ilẹ̀ no more war tó wà ní challenge ìlú Ìbàdàn. lára àwọn olórin ẹ̀mí tí ó máa wà ńbẹ̀ ni Màmá Bọ́lá rẹ̀ Ìlàjà Akíntúndé Ọlọ́run ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá Ojú Adé Ọlọ́mọ Abúlé Àdùkẹ́ Gold Bísí Aláwìyé Àlùkò àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. ògo tuntun ní glory la kò rí ẹ̀. gbogbo ogun tó ti gbàdúrà sí tí ó ṣe ẹ̀yìn ló máa gbẹ́ mi. ẹ fi yáyà máa bọ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ no more war tó wà challenge Ìbàdàn kájọ yin Olúwa. tẹ́ máa ń bọ̀ láti ìwọ́rọ̀ olùtẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ́mọ̀lẹ́tẹ́ ní kọjá bridge after center school ẹ̀ ti rí wa ń bẹ̀. ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ challenge lẹ̀ yìí ti ń bọ̀. ó dojúkọ ìkọjá Genesis díẹ̀ ni o. ẹ pè 08066481455.
When something correct go show, we go see am well well. Color correct. Now we time to choose wetin correct for Naija. Color correct. Light wey no get head, e correct. Nah, e no correct. All the promise and fail, e correct. Nah, e no correct. Stable power supply, correct. PRP and color. Naija for the correct. Color, correct for the people. With PRP party with the golden key. Color correct for the people.
Vote the correct team of Kola Abiola and Haro Zago for president and vice president.
PRP victory!
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
We're back with you on the Break It Down newspapers review on 32 FM 94.9. I am Adenike Ademuwagun.
And I'm Kenny Durutilu. To do the analysis for us, we have Austin Adumu on the line this morning. Good morning, Austin. Hello, Austin. Good morning.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Austin.
Hello, we can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you today?
Okay, we're very well, Austin. It's good to have you. How's your weekend?
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, let's start off with this one, Austin. If you can hear us clearly, Tinubu lists ways out of Naira crisis is the report out of the Nation newspaper this morning. Apparently, he suggested a 6-point solution to the crisis triggered by the Naira redesign and all of that. One of those was that he urged the CBN to allow the new and old Naira notes to coexist. That's something that has been talked about extensively in the past. He also called for the immediate suspension of associated charges on online transactions, amongst a bunch of other things. What do you make of that?
Yes, the APC presidential candidate from the beginning of this policy have always expressed concern about how difficult it may be to actually effectively implement this policy, especially with the hardship that so many Nigerians have been subjected to. We now find a situation where people sleep and even have to cook at the automated teller machine point because the banking halls cannot be accessible. A lot of pains, a lot of problem, a lot of hardship that Nigerians have to go through. So a lot of individuals in the country have expressed misfeeling as far as the policy is concerned. Like we have also said, it is not as if the policy direction is entirely bad, but we have seen a very poor management and implementation of the whole process, especially at this critical time in the history of the country where a major national election is at the corner. So a lot of people are of the opinion that the federal government, through the CBN, as a matter of this policy, is just out to disturb them. Now, the presidential candidate of the APC is smoothing the idea of coexistence of both the old and the new currency. He even talked about a period of 12 months, which in my view, the purpose at the end of the day will be defeated. If the federal government through the CBN has come up with better planning, a kind of smooth modus operandi in naturalizing this particular project, it will have been very laudable. We also see some other countries of the world who have to change their currency without this much pain on the part of the people. Now, if you allow the new and the old currency to coexist, which means that the purpose of the CBN for this policy will be defeated. What I think the CBN could do through the meeting company is to ensure that more currency are printed for availability, because if it becomes more available for the people, I do not think we have to start sleeping in the bank or going through using naira to buy naira on our sleep in the country.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about the forthcoming election. It's now less than 2 weeks to the election, and it's being reported that INEC has allegedly rolled out voting procedures step by step. Voting starts at 8:30. Voters have to present their permanent voters card, and all of that. What are your current thoughts on how the next couple of days to election day will be? Because just last week, we weren't so sure if we're going to have postponement and so on.
Yes, thank you so much. Let me quickly draw conclusion on the previous issue. I thought you wanted to raise another issue concerning that. Okay. Tinubu also talked about abnormal charges, exorbitant charges for online transaction. I think that is strictly uncalled for, because if people can't access the banking all, and at the end of the day you turn them to a payment platform and you have to charge them most times times 3 times 4 times 5 of what it used to be, I think that is too on the high side. The bank should not use this as an opportunity to make money from the same Nigerians that have been subjected to untold hardship. So that is that about the new currency. Concerning the election, of course, INEC has expressed its readiness to actually conduct this election each free. You talk about logistics. INEC has come up with their roadmap to ensuring that this election become very successful. If you also look at politicians are also tidy up. There's this postponed about 2 weeks ago, but now the fuel crisis is easing up gradually, and the naira issue is also coming down gradually. The only thing we need the government to do is to ensure its availability, which I feel so strongly that if the government is able to do between this week and next week, we might have a situation where it will go down, because this election that we are talking about is just next weekend. That's the first round of the election, the national election, which is the presidential and the legislative election in the country. I have also seen politicians, especially those of the National Assembly, campaigning more rigorously, especially at this time, because they know that technology have been deployed and all eye is also on the election, both nationally and internationally. So we continue to appeal to politicians, let them play the game according to the rule, and let's ensure, I've always said this, that INEC alone is not the only body that can guarantee credible election in the country. We have so many other critical stakeholders in ensuring the credibility of any election in Nigeria. INEC is just one of them. We also have security operative being a critical stakeholder in election. We also have politicians themselves. There are some aberrant politicians who want to win at all costs. We have seen accusation and counter-accusation flying around. That is a kind of political strategy on the part of politicians to win election. So by and large, so far, in my view, I think based on the assessment, INEC is doing everything within its power to ensure that they conduct the election as slated, because postponement of the election will not do anybody good. Anything can happen and anything can change at any time. If INEC is guaranteed security and smooth operation, I do not see any reason why this election should be postponed. Let's conduct the election once and for all. Let's know those that are coming as a new set of political leaders any moment from next week. And at the end of the day, we'll be able to move forward as a country. We are also appealing to security operatives to create an enabling environment. An enabling environment is seriously and urgently needed for the success of this particular election. So for me, I think we are good to go as far as this election is concerned, bearing any last minute change, because politicians are desperate and are very funny. 15, for example, we were almost at the election like this before the Office of the National Security Advisor then came up to say that for some security reason the election cannot be conducted or what have you, and it was shifted. Boko Haram. But if you look at the activity of insurgency, banditry, and what have you, it has gone down relatively in recent time. So for me, let's just all tidy up some other naughty area and be able to ensure a smooth run for the election.
All right.
Osing, relating to that, do you think that the elections will hold in certain areas, especially these places that you talked about, that high tension security areas where we still have insurgency, security concerns and all of that going into the elections, like you said, in a week? Are you confident that we can actually have elections conducted across board?
Yes, we can have election conducted across board. The most difficult terrain and areas, especially insecurity is concerned, is some part of the northeast. I read in the papers yesterday that Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State campaigned in Mate. Mate is a volatile area in Borno North. So if he could campaign there, it used to be a no-go area for any government in that houses. Right. But if you have a situation where the governor can even go there for campaign, it shows that relatively these areas are becoming safer. Yeah. So if we have situation like that, like I said, the election is next week. The first round of the election is starting next week. Between now and next week, the government can do a lot through security operative. So areas of security concern, like the southeast, for example, where it is so rampant, the burning of INEC offices, alternatives should be provided. I don't want the government to just come up with flimsy security excuse and postpone the election. We have always had insecurity, especially in recent time. It has escalated. So let us not use insecurity as an occasion to postpone the election, because what the security that the government cannot guarantee for over 7 years, I don't think postponing the election for a few weeks will make the government to be able to guarantee that. Right. So like I said earlier, all eyes are on this election. Let's conduct it once and for all and let the people rest, and let's have new set of political leader come next week, God's willing.
All right, let's talk about this headline from the Vanguard newspaper. Petrol shortage, 80 million litres of fuel arrive. Discharge in Lagos. Tank farms expect more vessels as minister puts price at 184 naira per litre. Now, it's been alleged that vessels have arrived at a certain and they have asked that the independent marketers should dispense at the 172 per litre regulated prices. This is commendable, but what else should we be looking at? Do we have to still worry about hoarding and diversion?
Yes, it depends on logistics, especially the management and supply in the distribution in the value chain of petroleum products, especially that of the PMS. The government had to do well through the NNPC by making sure and also ensuring that this product become readily available. We are not just talking about availability, because it has always been available. Available at what cost? That is very, very important. That is what Nigerians want to hear. You talked about 172 pump price. Of course, that is not realistic. I think 172 is the official S-Depot price now. So what marketers are now saying is for the government through the NNPC to make the government draft value available to them at 172 per litre as depot price, so that they can dispense between 184 and 195 naira. I think if that is guaranteed, of course, the issue of hoarding and logistics, it will greatly improve. That's just the truth of the matter. So for me, it is not just government wanting an official pump price. Government should also ensure that this market, there was a demand that, let us get at this value as S depot price, because it is the hike in the S depot price that has brought us to this level. Because you can't expect a marketer that got S depot price for over 200 naira per litre to dispense below 200 naira per litre. It is not realistic and it is not sustainable. So the government should make the product available, telling us that 80 million litre. How much is 80 million litre? When the NFPC latest statistics suggest that we will consume more than 80 million litre per day. So that is a far cry. So vessels have arrived. We thank God for that. Let them ensure, if there is anything that should give us problem at all in Nigeria, it should not be the issue of PMS again. At some point, we thought as a nation, we have gone past this stage. So the government have not been very sincere in the administration of PMS management in the country. So now that respite is coming, let it be fully, and let Nigeria have a sigh of relief as far as this petroleum product is concerned. Make it available. It's simple. The duty is simple. Make it available to marketer at 172 naira per litre as depot price. And then you can effectively monitor them. Look at the new agency, the DPR, and all of them. They are still existing. Some of them are still existing in another form, in another name, but they cannot implement. They cannot come up with enforcement and compliance because the government itself has failed. The NPC has failed in the downstream petroleum sector. We all know that with the advent of the Petroleum Industry Act, the issue of subsidy will go. But Nigerians need to get value for money. You can't build something on nothing. So if you want subsidy to go, give us a functional refinery. Let us have local capacity to refine. If not 100%, of course, we could get to 60 or 70%. Then we are good to go. We know that the shortfall, we will source for it internationally. But a situation where we export one of the finest crude in the whole world, and at the end of the day, get a kind of PMS with low quality. I think all of this are to stop. So let the president, as the substantive minister of petroleum, look at this issue, resolve it once and for all. So we don't have to push Nigerians to the wall every time until there is a protest. That is the only language that the government understands to make things work in Nigeria. It shouldn't be at every point in time.
Okay. Also, we'll take another story. Can probes allege Obi's $2 billion largesse. PCC claims blackmail. Now we hear that the Christian Association Nigeria is distancing itself from the alleged $2 billion claim to have been given by INT'L to the churches under its umbrella. Apparently, it was a probe. Someone petitioned the Christian Association of Nigeria on that matter, describing all of that as not so good. Now, the petition we hear was allegedly written by Pastor Frank Onwumere and all of that. What are the issues here, Austin? Why do we have a situation like this? Was this a gift? What is the situation? Why are we having pastors receiving money from politicians?
Well, you can't say for by fiat that pastors have received money from politicians. This issue has to do with CAN. That is why we have been warning, especially faith-based organizations, to distance themselves from politicians. Because politicians, whether you see them as your messiah, they will always be politicians. That's the truth of the matter. For now, I think it will be like a fallacy of hasty conclusion if we just conclude and say that, CAN actually collected 2 billion naira from INT'L. That is huge amount of money. So personally, I wonder how could Obi, who is preaching financial integrity, who is preaching prudence in government, where will he get 2 billion naira from to cough out to churches in the country? Well, don't also forget too, Obi has visited a couple of churches in recent time. So because of this move, a lot of people may also be very unhappy about it and also want to come up with stories to ensure that they dent the image of Khan as far as this issue is concerned. Like Khan has also said, let there be a thorough investigation, let there be probe, and don't also forget too, it might not, if money extend hand at all, it might not be through Khan. It could also be from other sources. Right. That is why we have said, let pastor, let religious leader, let them stay at the pulpit. Let them not meddle into politics. Because when you meddle into politics, you will be dragging the murky water of politics. And the political terrain in Nigeria is treacherous. So we have seen, this is also as a result of history. We have seen some prominent pastors in Nigeria now, all they do now is prediction about election. Rather than preach for morality, rather than preach for the life of your congregation to change for good, you talk about election. You climb the pulpit, you will predict the winner of an election in a congregation where we have members belonging to virtually all the political parties. I think we must be very careful. Some of them come up with what they call prophecy, and these are not prophecy, these are mere prediction that we can even come up with in the studio based on the situation report of the country. So for me, this issue is something that shouldn't even come up at all. But like Khan has said, he that must come to equity must come with clean hands. Let Khan purge himself. Let them cleanse themselves and also come up at the end of the day with whatever investigation. That particular acclaimed pastor need to be investigated. So the point I'm making is that it's not just enough to dismiss this claim. It is also good to properly investigate and bring to justice whosoever that could be culpable. I don't know whether some pastors collected money. If they collect money, where is the money coming from? 2 billion naira, where will Obi get that kind of money? And for what? And no matter what you do, even if you give all the old churches in Nigeria money, you can't still guarantee that the vote of all the Christians will go to one particular man. It is not possible. We are interrelated in the country, even religious-wise. There are some people who will vote for the other faith. There are some people who will vote for the other faith. So we should not bring religion into politics. And most often time, this is areas where politicians whip up unnecessary sentiment to divide the people. So Peter Obi is contesting for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muslim and Christian, traditional worshipper, all inclusive. So he's not contesting for the position of Khan President or Khan Chairman. So it should not be the issue of religion. We should not bring it on board. Let us prop up the issue of competence, the issue of capacity and ability to deliver in the office of the president, rather than this pedestrian type of thinking, giving money, politics, what have you. So let Khan purge himself, let them investigate, and let them come up with a robust conclusion at the end of the day.
I think you've basically said it all. Let Khan purge itself. They've actually reported that they would probe the situation and the source of the letter. They also said that the address is not even a real one. We're going to go on our next commercial break. When we come back, open the phone lines to take your calls. Station 94.9.
FM 94.9.
I know say everybody getting time, I don't go lose faith. As I dey hustle every day, I know they look face. Cause I know say one day I go make her. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move, yeah, yeah. Cause I know say one day I go make her. Yes, I know say one day I go blow. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move, we move.
Turn that fear into victory.
Cause I know say one day I go make her.
What are we doing today?
Show Showmax and Jara Air, it's given. You can get 2 months for the price of one. Oh, whoa, it's given. It's given Real Housewife and Flossom Marathon with that bling bling and shakara.
Money is never in short supply.
It's given Big Brother Titanships, passports, and binge watching vibes. It's given what's supposed to be given and overdose. Oh yeah, subscribe now to get 2 months from 1,200 naira for a limited time only on Showmax. It's given Showmax. Sign up at showmax.com.
E get one man with Sabi Nigeria. Him understand the people and him sabi how to take rearrange every to make Nigeria grow. His ability to parole all the industries them towards growth and expansion, they tested and trusted. Nobody need to show Atiku Abubakar how to take carry Nigeria come out from this poto problem where they don't carry us go so. Him get sure arrangement already. Atiku na man with sabi thing. Him sabi how to grow business. Him can sabi how to create job boku. Atiku Abubakar sabi Nigeria. Sabi our people. Can sabi the work join. Atiku for sure.
PDP! Power to the people! Now PDP Presidential Campaign Council sponsor this message.
32 FM 94.9.
It's great to have you back with us. 32 FM 94.9. Still the Break of Dawn paper review. 4 minutes past 7 o'clock. We're taking your thoughts and reactions to the stories making the headlines this morning. 07055,949 and 08097,949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. All right.
About this billion naira issue. The party that read the petition, they have seen something. They should investigate it. That's why we are telling our readers that we need politics and state transition. Now, also was saying that how can people get 2 billion naira? Don't trust any politician. You can get it. If you can get it, if you have money, you just speaking no issue. Don't trust politicians. Have a nice time.
All right, thank you, Shegun. 07055,949 09097,949. We're live on Facebook as well. You want to get on there to drop your comments as well on Facebook. Balkis on Audiron says the Naira redesign is supposed to be one of the factors to a successful partial cashless economy. However, it seems Nigeria isn't ready for this phase, judging by so many factors. From what I have observed, many banks have closed operations since last week, while their ATM galleries are also on sabbatical leave. I have to take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Binga Mario, calling from Apata.
All right.
Binga Mario, calling from Apata.
All right, Binga, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, those selling fuel above the normal price, which is 195, you just let them know that those that are selling nose masks during the coronavirus, where are they today? Those that are selling hand sanitizer, what is happening to them today? This time too shall pass. And what Tinubu is saying concerning the how we can spend our money, nobody can teach us what to do. It was because of him that everything that this is happening. So he should not come and be babbling us that this is what we should do. It is destroyed by all of them. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. 0705 5949 0809 7949. Boluwatife Ademuwagun says, good morning. To me, the longer the new note scarcity hits Nigerians, the more it affects people and their businesses. Nigeria is currently a country where nothing seems to be working well. Adding the new note scarcity to it is like putting petrol in a burning fire. What is the main responsibility of the central government if they can't find a meaningful measure to all these problems? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. We can hear you.
Hello.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
We can hear you.
Let me carry from the area.
Okay, just go ahead. Let's hear your submission.
By the issue of this car canopy, there's no way we can completely write it off. Because if you observe, since we started this political campaign, there has been 61 church and the other in a systematic way of campaigning. So there's no way money will not involved in this matter. So that is our opinion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Still on Facebook, Omade Adekunle says the APC came on board to keep raising our hope unnecessarily that it will fix our refineries, that it will strengthen our naira, that it will end insurgency and revive our economy. But it is unfortunate that all promises have been cancelled. Virtually all sectors have been in shambles. Nothing is functioning well. It's obvious that their change and next level is to inflict more hardship on the masses. Hello.
Yeah, Adenike.
Good morning.
Kenny, morning. This is okay. Kenny, Adenike, to a blind man, the solution to his problem is to see. A deaf and dumb, his ability to speak. So I actually think the main problem is how they sort the issue of PMS is actually over. All we just want is let it be sorted out. And like we say, 195 to the hype man, the independent marketers, will it be feasible to them? Is this thing going to ease out? We are looking at them. And like I rejoice today, guys, I'm adding a day today to my year. So I praise God and let's pray and hope this country will change for the better. Good morning.
All right.
All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
to you.
okay. Happy birthday to you.
Hello, good morning. Hello. 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 Okay. I don't think that's coming through. 0705 500949 0809 7949 for our international audience. It's plus 234 200949. Facebook comments?
Also in Facebook, have this one. Let's take this call first. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm Sheriff from Mara.
All right.
About the outcome, I think we should not forget this election period. So it's a season of calumnies and policies of bitterness to tarnish someone's image. So we should not fall to that victim. What's supposed to do is all those presidential candidates accountable. The way they fulfill their campaign promises if they are elected into power. But we should not fall to the victim of renewing hope of life and disease, like the way the EPC government governed this country. Despite their campaign promises, at the end of the day, to fail to fulfill their campaign promises, like one January per year. May God deliver us from bad leaders. That's my own say this morning.
All right. Thank you very much, Lamon Sharif. We still have some comments on Facebook. Adenike says, saying Peter Obi can have such amount is a biased analysis. We can't really trust those politicians. Thank you. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm John Njoko.
All right. Good morning. We can hear you.
Yes, John Njoko is my name, and I'm calling from UID.
All right. We can hear you.
It's just unfortunate that the federal government could still not find solution to the cash crisis. And it makes funny to me that if actually every state are trying to go to court, even one state approaching court, whatever favors that state, favors any other state, because it is a national problem. It's unfortunate that the APC has squandered the goodwill of the people on the other severely narrow and parochial end, and I believe this is the worst case in the history of our nation. John, those on job with my name. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. 0705 500949 and 0809 7949. We have some more comments to take on our Facebook page.
All right, Raji Hafiz Abidemi has this one on Facebook. Reads, okay, good morning, Kenny and Adenike. Honestly, CBN policies not fail, but CBN governor failed himself. If you listen to former deputy CBN governor on Saturday on a popular radio in Ibadan. Okay, that message is quite tricky one. Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Abu Abdullah Abduwasi calling from Egypt.
Okay, good morning. Yes, sir.
Saying that Peter Obi cannot have up to 2 million naira. This statement is very wrong. Peter Obi served for 8 years as a governor in a state.
Okay.
We'll take one more call. 07055 949 08097 949.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. How are you? I'm fine.
Good morning, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm calling you from yes. I want to the man at your studio today to please, can you just put light on these two questions that I want to ask you, please.
Okay, real quick. We're running out of time. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want you to give us if there's ever a time within the period that while they have been in government, when the Tinubu has hit the government before, either to maybe on the health issue, on the economy, on ASU strike. I want you to let us know because maybe I don't have that knowledge of that, but maybe it's at work. Another one that I want to ask, want him to put the head on this. Is it possible for the governors to issue a directive restricting these petrol stations, gas stations, supermarkets within the state?
All right.
Not to collect cash for meanwhile, so that people can have access to these cash that they have. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll have Austin react to that before we go. Austin, you still there?
Yes, I'm with you, Kenny.
Okay, did you catch the questions?
Well, I did get all of them.
Okay.
I think the last part of it, he was trying to say that is it possible for government to stop fuel station from collecting cash so that people can have access to the little cash that they have?
Right.
I don't see how that would be possible because these are private businessmen. I don't think government can effectively regulate that. I think what the government can do is to help the people so that these businesses can continue to collect old notes.
Okay.
Because as it now is still coexisting.
Okay. Thank you very much, Austin. We have to
I
go
think
now.
that's the much we can take.
That's the much we can take for today on the Break of Dawn paper review. My name is Kenny Durutilu.
I'm Adenike Ademuwagun. Have a good day.